A few days ago, I was on the internet and I saw an advertisement for a game called Crymachina that was coming out. It was only Japanese stuff, so I wasn't really entirely sure anything about it at all. It did look like it was made, or at least had some similarities to the game Crystar, which we played last year, and I liked a lot of stuff about it. It did have a couple things that were a little sus in it. Some self-harm kind of stuff was laced in. And when I got to playing the game, the combat was a little bit cumbersome, a little bit lame. I'll just say that much. It didn't feel right. It didn't play right, but it was interesting. The premise was interesting. And now we have Crymachina, which I don't know directly how much connection it has with it. I think it's more like a conceptual connection. It's really hard to tell. There's not a lot of information, and I don't know why the internet is completely blowing up about it, but there doesn't really seem to be a whole lot of places I can go on the internet right now without people talking about it. I'm seeing YouTube videos, I'm seeing stuff on Twitter, I'm getting ads served to me. It's just this whole big thing. So I thought I would sit down and I would watch this trailer that people are just pushing out everywhere, and we're gonna dive into that. It is the Japanese trailer, and you know, we have very limited English stuff going on with it, but there is a little bit of an NIS website, which we will also check out. So let's dive in and see what it's all about. I mean, immediately I like the art style. I couldn't have knocked that from the first one either. It was pretty solid all around. I am noticing it looks a little bit, you know, like more high end from what we've had from Furyu in the past. That looks beautiful. That definitely looks solid. Again, you know, I don't know that this is necessarily in-game stuff, but visually striking. A little bit of gameplay, I think. These seem to look like a little bit of gameplay. I mean, special effects are really good. The lighting is definitely a huge improvement from what we've seen before. Got that epic music, that's always good. I'm assuming we're having a bunch of crying, emotionally damaged women again. I don't know, it's kind of interesting to watch how these Furyu games work out. They really seem to be building upon their past successes, I think. So, okay, I mean, that looks already leagues better than what we had in Crystar, so that's pretty cool. Bosses look nice, too. Little intense. Hey, there we go. There's a big boss kind of a thing. I like that flying they showed earlier too. All right, special effects. That's just interesting. It's really interesting, all these similarities. 7/6/2023. And that's probably the Japanese release is what I'm guessing, but who knows? Looks like they have some soundtracks that are coming out for it and some really cool artwork. And looks like maybe some posters. Hanamaru box. Okay. I mean, there's a lot to like. There's a lot of ideas that I think are pretty solid with that one. I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm not entirely sure why the internet's completely blowing out. Let's see what the website shows for us here. So diving over on the website, NAS America has a page up for it now, which is pretty nice. When I looked at it a couple days ago, it was all just Japanese stuff, so it's nice not to have to translate this. I'll live even if I have to destroy everything else. Well, I mean, you know, artwork solid. You know, it's kind of the easier thing to do, I think, in my opinion. A lot of companies screw it up anyway. Concept art. That is some really sick concept art. I'll give it that. You have to kill to survive. Crymachina is an action RPG in which girls fight to survive in a harsh world, experience catharsis as they cry, struggle, and overcome their fate. So yeah, back to the crying girls. Hopefully there's not that self-harm stuff added in there, but I don't know. It was the first one, like, or not the first one, but Crystar was pretty dark game, so see what they have to say about the story. Mechanical girls fight to become real humans. Crymachina is set in the future, long after mankind's extinction, within a vast outer space structure known as Eden. A little sci-fi-y. I can get down with that. The last one wasn't quite as much sci-fi as it was just like in your head, like craziness. Here, self-evolving artificial life forms called Deus Ex Machina operate within a single goal to achieve human restoration. However, when the Overseer of Eden, the first Deus Ex Machina propator, is lost, its disappearance opens a rift between the remaining Die Ex Machina, become a real human to survive. So really, not a whole lot to go off of there. Not a lot of gameplay, not a lot of story yet. Full details coming May 2023, so coming up soon, I guess. That'll be kind of neat. We can sign up to be notified. We have a PS5 Deluxe. Comes with the game, mini art book, digital soundtrack code, so not that exciting. And reverse cover. I like reverse covers. PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. We'll see when the release date is in the States. Also for the PC, and one thing I do want to say is, like, I played Monarch, and I have it on the Switch, and I have it on the PC. I way prefer it on the PC. It's nice to have it handheld, because that game is so grind-heavy, but the graphics just weren't really there, and Crymachina, so far, from what we're seeing, looks to have some very robust graphics, effects and stuff, and I think that running it on a higher-end machine like the PC or the PS5 would probably get you a little bit more mileage out of the game. Visually striking. Visuals are not everything. You guys know me. I'm a big story guy. I like gameplay too. Graphics kind of fall secondary to that, but really nice when you have nice, smooth performance. So, this is Crymachina, the game that the internet is talking about by Furyu. And yeah, we'll just have to see where it goes. I want to feel optimistic about it, but, you know, with kind of how janky some of their other stuff is, like I said, they build from each of their games that they move forward with, but everything kind of just seems to be a little not quite as polished or as smooth as we'd like to see in most games, but could be very good. Hopefully NAS treats me to a review copy as they usually do, and hopefully there'll be some more coverage coming up in the future. If you guys know anything about this game you want to share with me, let me know in the comments below. If you like this content, hit the thumbs up. If not, hit the thumbs down and subscribe to Yokoso Otaku for more anime news, reviews, and gaming, and a pretty cool Japan trip coming up soon at the end of the year. I'll catch you guys later.